Hi guys, another episode where I'm looking for a flat spring like this. This one's rusty and thicker than that one, to replace the suspension on my WPL-B1 that's broken just there. You can buy them, they're still available, replacements. They're fairly expensive from my point of view when I just want a little bit of spring steel like that. So I'm going through my stock of things looking for anything that's got that size spring. That one came out of a kitchen timer and it's too thin. That one came out of a wind-up clockwork submarine and it's rusty. It's one that I'd taken apart a long time ago with the intention of potentially replacing the spring, but I haven't. But there might be just enough on that one. We need about that much, maybe a little bit more. There might be enough there to just do a test, but I think that will break because it is rusty. And then I found this in my stock. It's for hanging baskets. When you want to water them, you can pull them down and then they go back up again. I was just wondering what size spring is in that. So we will have a look. Probably came from Poundland originally. It's got no label on it to indicate the brand name or anything. But yeah, it's for in your garden or whatever, where you've got a bracket sticking out the side of the house and you've got a hanging basket from it. When you want to water it, you can just pull it down and then you release it and it goes back up again. And I expect if you undo these 6 screws on the back and take it apart, it'll all spring apart and you won't be able to get it back together. But there's one way to find out. This little series of videos has gone off on all sorts of different tangents where I start looking at stuff and get sidetracked. Right. Well, this looks like it relies on the springiness of that plastic. I can't believe that. Unless there's a spring underneath. There might be a spring on the back of it. One way to find out. Yes. Oh, yes, there is a spring on the back of it, and that looks like that might be what I'm looking for. That's going to spring out in a minute. Cover my eyes. Can we get our fingers in there? Look at that. Right. Oh, it's a little bit thinner. It's a little bit thinner. I reckon that's probably 4 millimeters and we want 5 millimeters. That was a good guess, wasn't it? 3.92 millimeters. And what we actually want, if we wanted a perfect match, can we get that in there? 4.94, so I don't know if the camera's seeing that. Yeah, so that's 5 millimeters and we've got 4 millimeters. The main problem with it being only 4 millimeters, it's got to drill holes through it for the screws to go through. And that's going to make it so weak it'll probably break. What thickness is it? That's just at 0. 0.36. And I think this was 0.2. Get that off there. Oh, 0.14. Well, I'm sure you could do some complicated maths and work out the equivalent springiness of it. But I think I might go ahead and do that. I might go ahead and use that. As I say, it's going to snap where I drill holes through it eventually. It may not snap immediately, but it will probably snap eventually. That's as close as I'm going to get at the moment. So I'm going to go for it. I will measure it up, cut it, drill holes in it, and we'll come back. Because there's no point in you watching me struggling to drill holes and that sort of thing. Just for completeness, this has actually got some plastic springs here, which must add a little bit to the suspension, and that one's broken anyway. That should be two looking like that on that side, and then this is our actual spring, and those screws went right the way down through across the axle. Anyway, I'll measure that, and as I say, drill holes in this, and that's going to make it very weak. But we'll give it a try. Right, that is my first spring in place. Just to give you some idea of the problems, to drill through spring steel, you need high-speed HSS, high-speed steel drill bits. I happen to have a couple of them, and I've broken one of them. So I've only got one good one at the moment. I don't think I've got the alignment quite right there. That looks like that's on a bit of a twist to me. But we have got suspension. Yeah, that looks like I've got my dimensions wrong. Measurements. That's about a 1/16 of an inch that way. I've done this all by hand. You really want a drill press to make sure you get your accuracy when you're drilling. So I'm not recommending this idea to anybody. It's just me having a go. And it appears to have worked, up to a point anyway. Like I said, the width of that spring is only 4mm. It needs to be 5mm, so it's going to break where we've drilled holes through it for the screws to go through. No question about that. I've just noticed that plastic knuckle, or whatever you want to call it, that one's split anyway. So the honest truth is, probably need to buy the complete set online, because that comes, or at least the one I was looking at, comes with these bits anyway. So it probably was worth buying the whole set. But we've got there. So that's our suspension. I'll probably have to do the other one as well. But as I say, it might be worthwhile buying the proper kit because you'll get all these other bits with it. So we'll see. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment so I know how I'm doing. And somewhere up here there'll be some links to related playlists. Thanks again.